Hi, my name is Angel. I'm 31 years old. I'm an Aquarius, and I'm an aspiring writer. I don't know how to talk about myself. I don't know how to improve myself because my version of improving myself was trying to figure out what was wrong with me for like most of my life. I'd say 25 plus years. So yeah, my self improvement did start when I was 5. Um, And that's because my mom would always ask me, "What's wrong with you? Why do you do the things that you do?" And this was in Spanish, right? So, like, sometimes in Spanish, things can sound more harsher than they are. And so, hold on, sorry, I have to adjust the brightness. Okay, let's lock that in. Yes. Um, so, basically, my mom was a young mom, not necessarily, I guess, a teenager. Well, she says she wasn't a teenager. I say she was a teenager because 17 turning 18 is still a teenager. Um, my mom was one of those people that like life convinced her that as long as she has a kid and a boyfriend, um, she'll be fine. And I won't blame her for that because I'm pretty sure my mom's undiagnosed autistic, just like me. I'm actually diagnosed now, and I wanna and I'm making these videos. The point is that I want to bridge like the connection back between me and my mom because me and my mom represent two different generations. Plus, her generation was raised directly by people affected by war. So like my grandma and my grandpa ran away because Spain was colonizing Mexico, right? And um even though like they nothing managed to happen to their house and stuff, and my grandpa's actually back there now like fixing the house, which is great. um but it took them a long time to get over that trauma and that fear that Mexico was still like under Spaniard colonization. um so it's really nice that they get to go back, but also like when they came here they didn't realize that this is also like colonized, literally. Like the United States is just nothing. And so they brought me here, like they brought my mom here thinking that she was gonna be what I am, which is like someone who picks up on shit. My mom doesn't know anything, and that's not her fault. She just never got taught anything. And so you tell her, oh, go raise a baby, go get a boyfriend, whatever. My dad's dead, by the way. So like, I couldn't really go to him or go to his family for anything. My mom has always been a person that isolates, and she made me isolate because I'm a fucking kid. Like, like I can't do anything on my own. So, my mom, right, raised me as best she could, and I know that now as a 31-year-old, but also because I have my own kid, and like I fell into that trap too of like, well, I can't figure shit out for myself. People say I'm not dumb and that like they can't figure out why I can't just do shit, and I can't figure out why I can't just do shit. And so I figure it out, right? I go to therapy for like 10 fucking years. Sorry, I do stutter. After developing postpartum psychosis, because I became a whole different person. My family did not recognize me for years. My cousin a few years ago actually recently told me, it seems like you're back to normal. I am back to normal. My brain is fully like reconnected back with itself. But I was such a scattered person after giving birth. It was terrifying. I actually fell into a deep depression, alcoholism. Like, I really was pretending to be someone I wasn't. Um, I would go out clubbing all the time, which wasn't really clubbing. It was like maybe like 3 drinks at the bar, going back to someone's house, drinking there, smoking there, and then like by the time I got sober, like going back to my house at like 4 a.m. or whatever. It sucked. It really sucked because to me it sounded fun. It sounded like independence, but then again, when I was homeless, like that was what I had to do to end up being able to sleep with people or sleep at people's houses and stuff. Like And I know I wouldn't sleep with people to sleep with, at their house, but like my friends that let me sleep there, um, if I wanted to hang out with them, like sorry, my partner just told me it's my father-in-law's birthday today. If I wanted to hang out with the friends that I had back then, they were smokers, they were drinkers. Oh, Angel, you want to come party? Yeah, you can sleep with me. You can go to my house and we'll sleep after. And I hate that, like, as an autistic, I'm like, oh, sleep with me. I mean that, like, I'm gonna go to their house and sleep, but sleep with me can also mean, like, having sex with people. So that's the clarification I want to do. Because they were a couple, my friends. And actually, I think they're married with the baby now. So good on them. But without those people, I wouldn't have been here. And I think those people might have known that I was autistic, or maybe just like a little bit slower than most people. They knew that I seemed kind of gullible and kind of like innocent in a genuine way, where they were like a little bit worried about me, which I appreciate. Me who's 31, me who made it to life, wouldn't be here without every single friend I've made, every single non-friend I've made, which is kind of crazy, and even my mom's, more specifically, my mom. She was so abusive, but I understand her, because when I've gotten to the point of being so overwhelmed that my brain breaks, I've broken my own glasses. I've thrown stuff. I've physically damaged my pinkies and my thumbs, even though they're already crooked. This is like a genetic thing from my dad. My dad's brother also has pinkies like this, and my dad. Um, but I've also like broken them worse, like damaged this it like hitting myself, I pinched myself and like scratched myself. This is not from me, by the way, this is from my cat. um, but once I got older to the point where I could get tattoos and like piercings, I feel like that really quenched my thirst of like, I have to harm myself because my autism is bad and I'm bad because of my autism and because of the situations I end up in because of it. Because I didn't know I had autism. So I was just going and going and going until I would crash, and then I would hit myself because why am I crashing? No one else does that. Why am I so weird? And I'm having an online conversation with a mutual about the word weird. Like, you can call yourself weird, but when other people call you it or tell you, oh, you're so dramatic, oh, you're so emotional, my stuttering is a processing aid, I'm getting ready to say the next sentence, but because I'm not doing it in my head and it's coming out of my brain in the form of words, people find that annoying, or people think I'm faking it. I don't know, I was gonna say being silly. But and so the point of this video, because I want to keep it short, I want to make it 10 minutes this time instead of like 30 something, as far as getting to know me. I still don't know myself, I still don't know myself fully. She's playing in the Harry bag. I still don't know myself fully. There's not a concise version I can give you. I can't be like, hi, blah, 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 blah. It takes me 10 minutes to explain who I am, because people are gonna ask, like, oh, do you go to school? Oh, do you go to work? Like, small talk is what led me to being like, oh shit, I'm not a person. Because, like, small talk is like, quick, give me fun facts about yourself. Or like, oh, what do you think about eggs on a sandwich? Or something weird, and I would have no opinions because I didn't know it was the right thing to say so that I wasn't deemed as weird. There's a whole other like story about how like someone calling me quirky is what actually led me down the autism pipeline. But that'll be for a different video. So if you like this, I don't know, do what you gotta do. Like, subscribe. Bye.